Hey everyone, welcome to the third and final round of multiplayer round 30. Now I actually wanted this round to be divided in 4 rounds with the finalists each getting one half of the entire map and going up against each other. But sadly I have to leave for a few weeks for work in the coming weeks, so there would actually not be time for me to host a fourth round. So that's why I decided that this third round would be the final. It's a bit sad because I was planning for an epic final with a really cool palette. This palette ended up to be a little bit gloomy. I wanted to make a really bright palette with really nice colors for the fourth round, but we had to do with this one for this round. But the players still made very good use of it. Anyway, like I said, we had 4 players going up against each other, so in this video I will just start with the one that placed fourth, and I will end with the one that ended up to be the winner of this round. Now, if you don't know the story of this round, by the way, in the beginning there were 16 plots, and in every round a player would be matched up against one other player. And in the end people would vote, and then the winner of the vote would win the plot of the opponent, and then in each round the plots would expand. So if you want to see how it progressed, don't forget to watch part 1 and 2 of multiplayer round 30. Anyway, let's begin with the player that placed 4th. Alright, here we have the plot that ended up in 4th place. Well, even though it's 4th place, it still has a really high score. So yeah, Ruffle decided to remove everything from his plots and really start over with something. So yeah, you can see this palette has a yellow water, and all the greens were replaced with blue and purple. It's a really a weird combination, but yeah, he made a big pond here with the yellow water, and actually put lots of stuff on the water here. What I really like is these twists that you can see here. He named them gears. So there's actually gears on the water, probably to fight circulation or something. And he is sort of Ruffle sort of challenged himself. He said he didn't want to make any coasters, he just wanted transport rides on his plot this round for some reason. So yeah, you can actually see some underwater tubes here. There's actually some rides going through them every now and then. I think it's monorails. Well, you can see these suspended monorails going around here on these tracks. And if we look inside the building, we can also see these lifts. And this one's called Tower. They're called Tower of Error, probably because he put them in rotating lift mode. I think they behave sort of strangely sometimes. So yeah, the doors go open and they actually go down now. So yeah, these lifts were actually not meant to be built like this. So they behave in a strange way sometimes. It's kind of funny. And on top of this tower that he made, he put this chair lift, which goes around on this track. Well, it's I think it's well, it's open, but it's not actually rideable by guests. I think it just goes around infinitely. So yeah, it would probably be nicer if you shoestringed something here, just so the guests would be able to actually ride it. I think it does look quite cool. Maybe it would have looked nicer if it went a little bit slower, or maybe you should have just used the suspended swinging coaster cars, or the mini suspended swinging coaster cars, just to make it look a little bit nicer. But of course he only wanted transport rides. I don't think it was really the right decision to go, but still he got a pretty high score with his plot. Alright, then in 3rd place we have this plot made by Marias. I will actually use cutout view here, just because just so we can see this plot better. There's a lot of stuff around it going on, so it's probably better if we can just focus on the stuff that's going on here. So yeah, he has this big vertical drop roller coaster. He actually used the cars from the reverse freefall coaster before, but they sometimes end up crashing. So yeah, and in the last minute he decided to change the cars on this coaster. So that's also why you see lots of unbanked turns on this coaster. It would have probably been a good idea to actually bank these turns, but yeah, probably didn't have time to do that. But I think the coaster still looks nice. I think it contrasts nicely with all this blue and green plants, foliage. There's actually another coaster here, but it's barely visible because it's the same color as the grass and the trees. I think the plot could have used some extra contrast, maybe some yellow flowers or just some bright stuff in between, just to differentiate it from the rest. There's some really cool buildings here. Some used the rocks from the spooky or creepy set quite well, and I think this haunted house looks really nice in between all this scenery. He actually used lots of shops for these roofs, so that's quite a cool trick. And I like how you can actually see inside the mountain here. That's quite cool. I think it's a bit of a dark ride section, or well, they still go quite fast here. But yeah, I think that's a really cool touch. But yeah, he got third place with this, so I think that's a really nice score. Overall, I really like the look of this plot. I just think it could have used a little bit more color. Alright, here we have in second place the plot made by Suspicat. Suspicat actually got the same amount of votes as the eventual winner of the round, but well, that means we had to break the tie by using the voting scores, the plot scores, and there this plot got second place. Let me quickly use a cutaway view because there's lots of obstacles around the plot. So we just cut it out like this. Alright. Now this plot is really amazing looking. It's just a continuation of the first half of the plot. The problem is that it just was not finished. So yeah, if you compare this area to this area, you can see there's actually still lots of grass here, and it's just missing trees and plants, and that's really what kept this plot from winning. I think if it had been filled with trees over here, it would have easily won the round, because everything that's here is just amazing. I think these clouds made with mints and gumdrops are really clever. They're really great. Instead of a tree, there's actually a mountain here, but yeah, it looks kind of empty. It would have probably looked better if it was finished. It had some trees as well. There are some nice buildings on this new area. Also, quite a cool coaster. That's also a really nice addition. Some really nice inversions here and some twisty track. So yeah, that's all really nice. And here you can see the beginning of a tree. So yeah, getting the same amount of votes as the winner with an unfinished plot, I think that's really damn impressive. And it's really a shame that it wasn't finished in the end. But still, this is really one of the most amazing things I've seen on my server so far. Also really like these coaster cars that are flying around. I think they're vultures. So yeah, that's actually a really cool trick. So yeah, once again sad to see it was unfinished, but really good to get such a high score with an unfinished plot. Alright, and here we have the winner of this round. This plot was made by Henk the Super Nerd. what he basically did is instead of rebuilding his entire plot, he actually just combined the stuff that Ayrton made in the last round and the stuff that Hank himself made in the last round. He combined them into one big castle, and he actually extended the rides to continue on to the other plots. I think it's really well done. So yeah, this coaster was already here. I think it was a coaster that launches 3 or 5 times. So yeah, I already showed it in the last round. Hank just recolored everything, and he actually extended the coaster to actually continue on here for a bit. You can actually see the track here, come out of the waterfall and then go back into the mountain, or maybe it goes the other way around. I'm not sure. So yeah, hey, you can actually see it go here. Also, the River Rapids ride, he actually gave it haunted mansion vehicles. I'm not sure why. And they actually continue through this tube to the other side of the plot. Here they're on top of the track, and here they're suspended under the track for some reason. I think that's a really weird design choice. But yeah, there were more comments about that. So yeah, that's actually what kept me from giving it a perfect score. But other than that, yeah, the plot is just full of nice track and texture. It's full of nice cool rides. You can also see this mine ride going around on this weird track with elements that it normally would not be able to do. And of course this roto drop here, now called dark drop. So yeah, there's just so much to see on this plot. It's really cool. Even a kart ride here going around on the castle. So yeah, you can see there's many hours put in these plots, and I think it was a really clever choice from Hank to just combine the plots into one big plot. So yeah, he was also done. He was the first player to be done in this round, and I think it really paid off. Alright, well, there's just so much to see on this plot. I most likely missed a few things. I didn't cover everything. So yeah, if you want to look at these for yourself, I really recommend you do. If you're a member on my Discord server, you can go to the archive and there's the link to the save file. So then you can just download the map and see it for yourself. If you don't know what Discord is a free chat service. Just usually text based, but you can also have voice channels. And my server is mostly text based. There you can chat with other people. And I also host all my contests there. And we also have archive, which has the links to all old multiplayer rounds. And also all old contests that I have done on my server. Alright, that was it for multiplayer round 30. Sadly we had to end it one round early, so this was the big final. But still, I'm really amazed by all the stuff that everyone made. And I hope everyone enjoyed building in this round. And I also hope everyone who didn't play or who had to end early in one of the earlier sub-rounds of this round. Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed spectating, seeing all the plots grow. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in the next one. See you later!
Thank you.